By the time most people realize their kidneys are failing, nearly 80% of the damage may already be done. That's something I've had to tell far too many patients over the years. And the hardest part is this: kidney disease rarely begins with pain. It begins quietly. A little more fatigue every morning, swollen ankles people blame on aging, waking up exhausted even after a full night's sleep. And meanwhile, the kidneys keep struggling in silence, day after day, until one day they simply can't keep up anymore. I'm Dr. Vincent Hale, and today I want to talk to you about something surprisingly simple that may help protect your kidneys naturally: the first thing you drink in the morning. Because after 6 to 8 hours without water, your kidneys wake up under stress. They're forced to filter thick, concentrated waste before your day has even started. And what most people don't realize is that certain morning drinks quietly increase inflammation, raise blood pressure, and put even more strain on the tiny filtering units keeping you alive. But here's the good news: your kidneys are incredibly resilient when you support them the right way. And over the years, I've seen small daily habits create remarkable changes in people's energy, swelling, hydration, and overall kidney health. That's why I want to begin with something most people underestimate: warm lemon water. I know it sounds almost too simple to matter, but after a long night of mild dehydration, your kidneys desperately need fluid support to begin flushing toxins efficiently again. I once had a patient in his late 60s who kept telling me he thought his constant fatigue and bloating were just part of getting older. But after improving his morning hydration habits and starting each day with warm lemon water instead of sugary drinks, he began noticing fewer nighttime bathroom trips, less swelling, and more stable energy within weeks. And the science behind it is compelling. Research published in the Journal of Urology found that citrate from fresh lemons may help reduce kidney stone formation by preventing calcium crystals from sticking together inside the kidneys. At the same time, proper hydration helps the kidneys filter waste more efficiently before inflammation begins building throughout the body. But dehydration is only part of the problem, because sometimes the real danger isn't what your kidneys are missing. It's the harmful bacteria silently traveling toward them without warning. That's why I often recommend unsweetened cranberry juice to older adults who struggle with recurring urinary issues. And I want to emphasize one word there: unsweetened. Most cranberry drinks sold in stores today contain enormous amounts of sugar, which can actually make kidney problems worse over time. But real cranberry juice contains compounds called proanthocyanidins that may help stop bacteria like E. coli from attaching to the urinary tract before infections spread upward into the kidneys. I remember one woman in her 70s who told me she had dealt with recurring urinary tract infections for years and assumed it was simply part of aging. What she didn't realize was that repeated infections can slowly scar kidney tissue permanently over time. After improving her hydration and replacing sugary breakfast drinks with diluted, unsweetened cranberry juice several times a week, she experienced fewer infections and significantly less discomfort. And studies continue to support this connection. Research has shown that cranberry compounds may help reduce recurring urinary tract infections, one of the hidden causes of kidney stress after age 60. But infections aren't the only silent threat I worry about in my patients. Chronic inflammation may be even more dangerous because most people can't feel it happening until the kidneys have already been under pressure for years. That's where green tea becomes incredibly interesting. Real green tea contains antioxidants called catechins, especially EGCG, compounds researchers have linked to lower inflammation and healthier blood vessels. I once had a retired teacher tell me she started drinking green tea simply because she wanted more energy in the mornings. But several months later, her blood pressure improved, her swelling decreased, and she no longer felt constantly drained throughout the day. And the science is impressive. Research published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences suggests EGCG may help reduce inflammatory markers associated with kidney decline while supporting circulation and lowering oxidative stress inside the body. Before I continue, let me ask you something. Have you noticed any of these warning signs yourself? Fatigue, swelling, waking up multiple times at night, or constantly feeling dehydrated? If you have, leave a comment below. I read every one of them, and chances are someone else watching this video is going through the exact same thing. But here's where things become truly surprising, because the next two drinks are the ones most people either avoid completely or prepare the wrong way every single morning. For years, people dismissed ginger tea as nothing more than a home remedy for upset stomachs. But I've become increasingly interested in what research is showing about ginger's anti-inflammatory effects on the body. Ginger contains powerful compounds called gingerols and shogols that may support circulation and help reduce stress inside kidney tissue itself. One patient of mine in his 70s began drinking fresh ginger tea only because his wife heard it could help digestion. But within weeks, he noticed more stable energy, less stiffness in the mornings, and improved blood sugar readings. And that matters enormously because high blood sugar is one of the fastest ways to damage the tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys over time. Research published in the Journal of Renal Failure has linked ginger's antioxidant properties to lower markers of kidney inflammation and oxidative stress. And yet, even with all these drinks, the most important one may still be the one most people ignore every single day: plain water. As we age, the body's thirst signals become weaker. Many adults over 60 no longer feel thirsty even when they're mildly dehydrated. And over time, that silent dehydration forces the kidneys to work harder and harder just to remove normal waste products from the bloodstream. I once spoke with a retired truck driver who admitted he almost never drank water because he just didn't feel thirsty. After his kidney function began declining, his doctor urged him to make one simple change. Drink water first thing every morning, before coffee, before breakfast, before anything else. Months later, he told me he was thinking more clearly, sleeping better, and waking up with more energy than he had in years. And research from the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that adults who maintain better hydration tend to experience a slower decline in kidney function over time, especially after age 55. And here's something most people never expect me to say. The final outcome for your kidneys may depend less on expensive treatments later in life, and more on the tiny habits you repeat every morning starting tomorrow. So if there's one thing I hope you remember from today's video, it's this: kidney damage rarely happens all at once. It's usually the result of small habits repeated quietly for years. But healing and protection work the same way. Small changes, repeated consistently, can completely change the direction of your health over time. Please don't ignore the warning signs your body may already be giving you. Constant fatigue, swelling, dehydration, or waking up several times every night are not always just aging. Sometimes they're your kidneys asking for help before it's too late. And if this video helped you, I encourage you to save it now so you can come back to these habits anytime you need a reminder. You never know when someone you love might need this information too. And subscribe to the channel because every week I share simple, science-based health advice designed to help adults over 60 protect their kidneys, heart, brain, and overall well-being naturally. Most importantly, never forget this: your body still wants to heal. Your kidneys are still fighting for you every second of every day. And with the right habits starting tomorrow morning, it is never too late to begin taking better care of the organs that have been taking care of you your entire life.